Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dr. Mumtaz Yusof, a family physician.
And I am Ustazah Dr. Nuraini, a mental health practitioner with a doctorate in psychology.
So welcome to the next episode of the Sacred Heartwork Podcast. So today we're going to talk about something maybe a bit triggering. We're going to talk about abuse. Abuse, unfortunately, is becoming more prevalent now. And I'm not just talking about physical abuse lah. Abuse, there's many kinds of abuse. There's verbal abuse, there's physical abuse. Recently I've learned about financial abuse and also spiritual abuse. Can we talk about, I'm very interested about this spiritual abuse.
So spiritual abuse is the form of abuse where people use religiosity to control and hurt others.
So when you have a position of authority spiritually lah. So like religious teacher, leader and things like that. That happens.
It happens so much.
Okay.
So they use their position and their power, and they use the knowledge that they have to hurt and control others.
To gain something.
From them.
So I've heard of financial abuse as in, for example, if the husband controls the money, like the wife earns, and the husband takes the money and things like that.
Yeah, like he holds a credit card, or not credit card, bank account. Like he holds access to that. Yeah, that's financial abuse, and not allowing, like, also like withholding maintenance, like withholding expenses, you know. Like I've heard of how some children, nafkah, or even like children, you know, when they go to school, the parent give them $5, right? And then the child, because, you know, like when the child wants to buy another shirt, or, you know, they need another pair of shoes, the parent would not allow that. And not because they cannot afford it, but just because they don't want to give.
Right. Okay, so then abuse can be in any kind of relationship. Like, doesn't have to be husband-wife, can be parent-child, can be friends, any relationship.
I've heard of friendship.
And you know, I think like I say, physical, emotional, financial, verbal, spiritual abuse.
There's also neglect.
Neglect. Okay, but you know, the thing is that, you know, when you talk about physical abuse, right, at least, not at least, there are scars. There are scars, like evidence to show that, you know, you have been abused. I think one of the worst kinds of abuse is, you know, emotional abuse, where you don't have evidence to show that you are being abused. And do you think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people stay in abusive relationship?
Yeah.
Because they don't have evidence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're afraid that there's, you know, gaslighting. You know what gaslighting is? Yeah, when we tell them, hey, you have hurt me, and then they flip it and say, no, you have hurt me.
You hurt me first.
Or it's in your imagination. No, mana ada. Like they deny it entirely.
Like, where God, I
didn't say
it. Yeah,
but you did it, they say, you know, so they gaslight.
You know, the worst thing about all this gaslighting and abuse is that the victim actually start to believe gaslighting.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they don't seek help. Because sometimes I do get patients in an abusive relationship that comes to see me, and sometimes they see me not to seek help actually, because they don't want to get out of the abusive relationship. They feel guilty. So I feel guilty for leaving my husband, even though my husband is beating me up.
Is it a cultural thing?
And cultural maybe, and also there's still some love left, and I'm thinking maybe it's not so much love, but maybe the victim has already lost a sense of self and identity. She sees her husband as herself.
Oh no.
I think they've been in this unhealthy, toxic relationship, abusive relationship for so long that she's lost a sense of self. She don't see any way out other than to remain in the relationship that she thinks is still love. And there's this vicious cycle of abuse, right? So there's this honeymoon period, like all dovey, then suddenly violence, then make up. So sorry lah, I won't do it again. Then go back to honeymoon. It's very sad now. I'm sure you see a lot of clients who goes through abuse.
Yes.
do you find that they also don't want to speak up, or they don't want to get out of the abusive
Normally, when
relationship?
clients come to us, it's already at the point where they know they need to get out, or that they know something is wrong. So, when you talk about the cycle of change, right? And then there's the denial, the pre-contemplation, the contemplation, action, maintenance, and relapse. So normally when the clients come to us, they're already at the action stage, or at least at contemplation stage, where they know something is not right, but at the same time they might not have the resources to get out of it. Yeah.
So some people, if they are in the denial stage, you can't help them.
Yeah, I cannot help them. I can psychoeducate. I can tell them that, this is happening to you and this is happening to your child, like, is this okay to you that your child is like this and you are like this? And then I also try and psychoeducate that there is such a thing in the Sharia called hifzun nafs, meaning that you have to preserve your body and your soul. So if your soul is lost, like you have lost your soul, like you say, you have lost a sense of self, esteem, dignity, then that's something that you have to restore.
Okay. Do you think we have enough support and resources for abused victims?
I think currently Singapore, alhamdulillah, syukurillah, the National Anti-Violence Hotline and the Child Protection Services can be very helpful when it comes to abuse. Yeah, so the support is there, but the person must be ready to receive the support. So I've known of individuals or some of the counsellors I've known who have had cases where our clients call up NAVH, and NAVH does come down, but the client at that point in time will say, no, I don't want the service, because they get convinced by the spouse that things are okay.
It's all okay. NAVH, National
Anti-Violence Hotline.
So sometimes a lot of these victims also, they get out for a while and then they
come back because pujuk rayu.
Pujuk rayu. Okay.
Yeah. Because the thing is, they want to believe that they don't have to leave the marriage, because it's just a lot easier to stay in the marriage or in the friendship or in the company, whichever abuse that we are going through, rather than having to strengthen ourselves and then face things by ourselves alone.
I see.
I don't encourage divorce. I don't encourage divorce because I know that either way, whether you stay in a marriage or you leave the marriage, things will be difficult for the person going through it.
But if abusive marriage?
Yalah, must leave lah.
Must leave lah. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't
put disclaimer.
Okay, so if it's an abusive marriage, okay, sorry. So remove that about the part about what is this? Must leave the marriage. So no, in Singapore actually we don't tell people to leave the marriage. What we do is we provide courses or programs.
No, as in you, for example, if someone goes for marriage counselling, the counsellor cannot tell the couple that they need to leave.
Cannot.
Or they have to provide the resources. Then they make their own decision.
Yeah. So there are programs to rehabilitate, abusers lah.
Even in abusive relationship?
Yes.
You can't tell the couple to leave?
Cannot.
Oh, then I cannot be a counsellor.
Yeah, we cannot, but we can provide them the resources. So there are programs, because sometimes you can see between them that the love is very strong, or the affection between them is very strong. But then, one person is abusive. Like you said just now, the love is still there, or the attachment is still there. So they would want to try and make this work lah. But there's also things like PPO and other forms of protection orders that can be activated if the spouse gets abusive again. So in Singapore, we try as far as possible to preserve marriages. We provide the programs to rehabilitate, because sometimes the reason why people are abusive is because they don't know that it is wrong.
You mean the abuser?
Yeah.
Don't know that it's wrong? Even violence?
Yeah.
Is it because they see it when they were younger?
They grew up with
They grew
it.
up in an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
They think it's normal.
They think it's normal. Then, if it's culturally, it's also something, accepted maybe in certain cultures. Yeah.
So I guess in a way the abuser also need to go through some form of
Program.
rehab lah.
Yes. Yeah. That's what we do in Singapore.
It has worked lah in some cases.
Yeah,
It has worked.
worked.
Okay, then it saved the marriages lah.
Yeah. Because if the abuse is the only reason or the only problem in the marriage, then we address the abuse. Because like say the man is providing for the family, or he's good to the kids, or every other way he takes care of her. But when he loses it, or when he's tired or something, then he explodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So sometimes you don't think divorce is a solution because you think that the victim might not be able to survive on their own.
Yeah.
As in financially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And sometimes they bring kids with them, right? And it's not easy lah. It's something that I know for real, for sure, that it's something very difficult. And I have also seen firsthand of how adult children with single mothers or single fathers grew up with anxiety because their parents cannot be a healthy parental figure because they're alone. They're single parents. And they either cannot be, they don't have the capacity or maybe sometimes capability even, to treat the children or nurture the children properly, or that, they themselves get into grief or anxiety, or they develop other conditions where the children have to bear
The child.
the difficulties lah. So yalah, it may not be the healthiest solution.
Okay. I don't know.
I know.
I don't know how
it's
I
so
feel
hard.
about this.
We want to save people. Like honestly, we want to just save everybody and keep everybody safe. Amanah. This is an amanah, keeping peace.
I mean, I always have this urge to tell my patients who are victims to just leave lah. Like why? But I understand that I don't understand her situation fully lah. I think it's easy for us to say because we are not in that situation.
And we are
right?
independent.
Yeah, we are independent.
Yeah. Because like a lot of the ladies that I know, they have been in the marriage for some time, or they have never worked. Like they get married really young and they have never worked. And then, the husbands are abusive and they feel that they don't have the capacity to work outside of the marriage. They lack the self-confidence, they lack the skills. So they stay in the marriage because of convenience lah.
Okay. It's not easy lah for them to survive.
Yeah. So if they were to leave and then, they're at a certain age, it's not as easy for them.
Yeah, I guess as an outsider, it's easy for us to make statements like, just leave. Sometimes we don't really understand their circumstances lah.
Like sometimes, especially if you have been brought up in an environment, by parents who do not value you or do not, who are not available for you, and then you get married, and then it so turns out that the husband is like that, right? Or abusive. They also feel like I have no other support, I might as well have some support rather than no support at all. Or they just cannot conceive, they just cannot think, if I leave this marriage, I have to go back to a worse environment or no environment at all.
I grew up in a single parent family. Alhamdulillah, it's been okay.
Alhamdulillah.
It wasn't always an easy ride.
No.
But yeah, I think I have a mashallah mother.
Alhamdulillah.
So she's like both my mom and dad at the same time lah.
Yeah. But did you see how difficult it was for her?
Yeah, definitely. It's very difficult for my mom to leave actually.
Okay.
It's very difficult for her to leave the marriage. Even though it was not serving her any good. I think one of the reasons why people stay is also children lah. Kan?
Yeah.
Just the idea of having to bring up children in a broken family is culturally and socially unacceptable.
Yeah. So I also have first-hand experience where it is crazy difficult lah. That's why I can tell you that I would not want any other woman to go through what I went through. But yeah, it's like we stay for all those reasons as well. And I would say for myself personally, I stayed because it's convenient. It's better to have some support rather than no support at all. But of course, it got to the point where my friends had to be the one who had to tell me, this is it, you have to leave. Got to that point where I finally decided, because they were going crazy already. They were going crazy, what's going on. So yeah, I mean, I having to bear it by myself is fine. But seeing my friends having to bear it, cannot, like, it hurt me more, you see.
So even when I was young, as young as in primary school, I would tell my mom, leave her.
Masya Allah.
Yeah, why are you still staying? But my mom stayed for us. But alhamdulillah, everything worked out.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Well. Yep.
Life is so good now.
Life is
but those years that I went through, that was really difficult, and I cannot bring myself to want that for anybody. Yeah, I can prepare somebody, to leave their marriage, if it's really that's what they want. We can help you strengthen yourself, find financial means and ways to be supported lah.
But I think Islam does not encourage. No, Islam looks down on oppression.
Of course.
Abuse is a form of oppression lah kan?
Yeah. La darara wa la dirar. Do no harm. Do not cause crisis to others and do not retaliate.
So that's why when I see an oppression being done, I will try to get the person out. But I also understand the sanctity of marriage lah.
Yeah,
in Islam.
Because there's a lot of factors that you have to take into account, like the children, the finances of the family, other people who are also directly affected by the marriage or the breaking of the marriage. Yeah, so.
But I know I also don't want people to use Islam as a way of telling others to stay in a marriage that is obviously very harmful to the victim.
Yeah.
So I don't know, in our society or community, then there is something that is being used.
Yeah.
It's like perpetuating the abuse.
Yeah, I see that as well. Yeah lah. So community support really needs to come in to raise a next generation of healthier umat, So yeah lah, we need to do more, I think, if we want a healthier ummah. Yeah, but I think also, still coming back to, I think the abusers should have programs that they go through.
They do, right?
Yeah, they do lah. They should go through these programs, because otherwise, if you just leave the marriage, then they don't go through these programs, and then they get into another marriage.
But that is if they know that there's something wrong with them. If they don't know, then it'll be difficult lah.
Yeah, that's why must
There
report.
needs to be some self-awareness.
That's why must report lah. We have to report cases like this.
So they're forced to go.
Yeah, they're forced to go for this program. Which is why anybody who is in an abusive relationship needs to report. You have to report. This is your right, wajib on you to report if somebody is abusing you.
Okay. So to anyone who is listening, who is experiencing some form of abuse, whether physical, emotional,
spiritual,
verbal, spiritual, financial abuse,
yes.
What is the first step?
Call NAVH.
Call NAVH.
Yeah.
Even if it's not physical abuse, like no scars.
Yes.
So like emotional abuse.
Yes.
Like the husband say, you are stupid, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, can report.
Report lah.
Just call.
Yeah, just call. They will make their assessments. So NAVH will have their nurses, their caseworkers, their social workers, psychologists to make
But this is only for marriage. Abuse in a marriage.
No, abuse anywhere. So
Anywhere?
even in like parent and child relationship,
Oh.
if your parent is being abused or a child is being abused, you can also make reports.
Friendships? No.
Friendship, we make police report.
Police report. Okay.
If you're being harassed or
Spiritual abuse?
you make report to ARS,
ERS?
Yeah.
MUIS?
MUIS.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so for survivors of abuse, what can they do?
They can go for therapy, definitely. First thing first.
Have to.
Yeah, because wajib on you to have the nafs, to take care and preserve your nafs. So you need to restore the dignity, the self-esteem, the honor of your nafs. You have to restore that first. So go to any family service center, go to Pergas, come to us. Yeah, we currently have intern asatiza counselors here as well. And yeah, tell us lah.
Okay. I think as a community, what can we do to stop this cycle of abuse?
Education. And victims must report, because if they don't report, the abusers don't know that, like I said, some people don't know that they are abusers until they are being reported.
Or if the victim don't know that they are being abused, I guess we cannot be bystanders.
Yeah, we cannot be bystanders, yes. So especially healthcare workers or, care workers, community workers, teachers, you cannot be bystanders. You have to make the report on their behalf.
If friends and family members?
Yes, do it.
So do it lah. Okay. So like if you see a harm being done, you need to change it lah. Okay, inshallah. So I hope this topic has shed some light on abuse, and like Ustazah said, if you're going through abuse, then you need to report it lah. You need to tell someone, or if you see someone being abused, then you need to do something about it and not be bystanders. So like I said, Islam, we need to fight against oppression lah.
Yeah.
We cannot let oppression run its course. I mean, any form of oppression and abuse is oppression. It's zulm lah.
Yes. And there's something called righteous anger, by the way.
Alright.
Where when you see an injustice and you feel angry about it, you can feel angry, and you can make the report lah.
Okay. InsyaAllah. So I hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect all of us from oppression, injustice being done to us, and save everyone that's undergoing oppression and injustice as well, insyaAllah. So until then, we'll see you in the next episode of Sacred Heartwork. Assalamualaikum, and take care of your heart.
Assalamualaikum.